Hey everybody, welcome back to the Dungeon Dive. Daniel here. I hope you're doing well, and if you're not, I hope you are soon. Okay, today we are going to do a unboxing of Valor and Villainy, and this is Lludwig's Labyrinth, a game by James Van Nykirk. This was recently delivered from Kickstarter. I was a Kickstarter backer of this game. Now, one of the reasons why I backed this game is during the campaign, they had a standee only edition. And I wanted to throw my support behind a company that would make a standee only edition because, like I've said many times before, I do not like plastic minis. I actually kind of hate them. And I will always support a company that makes a standee only edition. However, at some point during the campaign, they decided to get rid of the standee only edition, and they upgraded everybody who had backed that version to the deluxe version. Now, that is very nice of them to do that. And there were, I think they said 214 of us who only wanted the standees. So they probably took a hit and made and upgraded all of us for free. So thank you for doing that. However, now I am stuck with a giant box. One of the reasons why I wanted the standee only edition was the box was going to be about half the size. And now this is the single biggest square box game in my collection. And I have absolutely nowhere to put it. Man, yeah, you try to get standees, you try to get rid of minis, and what do? They upgrade you for free and give you a whole bunch of free plastic. But I know the standees are still in here, but I'm still going to have to deal with a giant ass box and a whole bunch of plastic that I will hopefully never have to use. But I think this game looks pretty cool. I really liked the color and everything. So let's read a little bit about that. I'll get the shrink wrap off so that way we can get rid of some of this. Okay, the shrink wrap is now off. So now the glare isn't quite as bad. So this says, the demons struck fast. And before anyone knew what happened, Giuseppe, the caring pizza baron, had been kidnapped. To rescue Giuseppe and restore pizza to the land, our heroes must pursue the villains through a crackling portal and into the world of eternal and uncaring darkness. So as you can tell, there is a little bit of humor in this game. It is a kind of a silly dungeon crawl, and I just thought it looked interesting. I liked how bright the colors were. I liked how there seemed to be some cool choices in how you upgrade your characters and how the board is laid out. And there are some choose your own adventure style elements. This says that Lludwig's Labyrinth is a 1 to 6 player co-op adventure game. It can be played as a legacy style campaign or as challenging one-off free play games. And that's what kind of got me excited about it, that and the standees. And then let's see, the campaign is fully resettable, so it can be played over and over again. All right, let's get this giant box opened up and see what is inside. Oh my God, I wish they would have not upgraded everybody. I know they were trying to be nice, and hey, I should appreciate it, but I was just trying to. I really wanted standees only. Okay, here we have some pizza here. And what do we have here? Thank you, dear backers. Kickstarter is an amazing platform where creators can bring an idea and backers such as yourselves can make it a physical reality. If you are reading this, it means you backed the deluxe edition. I did not. And what a deluxe experience we have prepared for you. This guide sheet will help you get orientated with your new fancy pants components. Yeah. Oh man, does that mean I also have a neoprene? Okay, no, good. They did not. At least the premium playmat was sold separately. God, I do not want another neoprene playmat in my room. But yeah. Okay, so deluxe components, tons of plastic. Let's see here. We have our rule book. I'll take that out. We'll take a closer look at that in a minute. We have our base camp book. We'll take a look at that in a minute. Our campaign book and our hero setup sheet. All right, we'll take a look at all of those books. And here we have some cards and stuff. Let's go ahead and take a look at the books first. I'm going to slide the box out of the way a little bit. Okay, so here we have our base camp book. Let's see what this is all about. Order Without Borders, base camp. Interesting. So this is kind of how you are tracking, looks like how you are tracking your campaign or something like that. Okay. Here we have our rule book. I do like the size. I'm glad it's not one of those giant square things. Let's see, game overview. Each player will assume the role of one of the heroes from the Order Without Borders, the kingdom's top squad of do-gooders and generally helpful folk. The heroes are in hot pursuit of the dubious imp Lludwig, who has kidnapped national treasure Giuseppe the Caring Pizza Baron and fled with a posse of demons into his labyrinth within the world of eternal and uncaring darkness. Okay. So here we have all of our component overview, our character setup page, our tabletop setup page. We have our sequence of play, the hero round, and the villain round. How we are performing our action rolls on our dice, your magic rolls, additional actions, scouting. What do we have here? Sidekicks, the level up step, gaining levels, the villain round. So when the villain activates, additional rules, special abilities, advanced rules. Campaign mode, frequently asked questions. So no index and no table of contents. So two things I usually like to see in a rulebook are an index and a table of contents. So hopefully things aren't too hard to find in there. Here is our handy dandy cheat sheet, our quick reference guide and glossary. That's very nice. It's always nice to have a glossary of key terms. So this could take the place of an index. That's nice. And we have a handy flow chart here, or not a flow chart, but a player aid of your hero steps, your hero level up steps, and your villain steps. So this should come in very handy. And then we have our campaign book here. Campaign book on the back there has a glossary. That must be the pizza baron there. Hey, I will always fight for good pizza. That is something that I will be a hero for. Which way to play? Lludwig's Labyrinth is designed to be experienced as a multi-act campaign. It continues an unfolding narrative over many sessions of play. Each session of the campaign will ease you further into the rules of the game. That's kind of maybe my least favorite kind of campaign, actually, is one where you start off playing a simplified version of the game and then you're only playing the full game by the end. Hopefully that's not the case. Hopefully the game feels complete from game to game. I don't like campaign games where you just start off with just a basic game and you kind of learn as you play. I don't mind learn as you play games, but as long as I'm feeling like I'm playing the complete game from the beginning, because the chances of me ever completing a campaign are slim to none. Just because that's just not the way I play games anymore. But this campaign doesn't look too long. The Act 5, Act 7. So yeah, maybe it's not too long. Maybe it's just a short campaign. Maybe it's more like a campaign like Wanderer, The Cult of Barnacle Bay, which is a very manageable campaign. If you turn to the end of the campaign book, it tells you what to do when your campaign is over. You can either reset the campaign or you can play using a quest mode where you can play with everything that you have unlocked. And you can play certain side quests that maybe you didn't complete during your normal game, or you can play any of the quests that you have played with everything that you have opened so far. That is super cool. So quest mode is an option which can be used to play any act from the campaign book without affecting an ongoing campaign's progress. So you can also go back and replay quests. That is very cool. And then this page here is you can bypass the campaign. Okay, we understand there are lots of reasons why a multi-session campaign doesn't work for every group. Thank God, yes. If you'd like every session to be one-off game, there are two ways you can do this. One option is to run a campaign anyways. Nope. Another option is to unlock everything from the campaign all at once. Yes. Thank you. That is excellent. I am so happy that they have included this as an option. Then you can play any mission from the campaign book in any order in an infinitely repeatable quest mode. Bear in mind that the campaign tutorializes game concepts, so bypassing it will mean you must become more familiar with the rulebook. But that makes it sound like all of the rules you need will be in the rulebook. Open every envelope and organize their contents. Separate the mini board side deck. Yes, okay. I'm pretty sure that that's how I'm going to play. You will play every mission now in quest mode and will always use the quest mode setup exceptions. You will always draw random events for your game from the quest pool, but it looks like you can just unlock everything and play from the beginning with everything unlocked and just have kind of a big random quest mode. And I'm very happy for that. So I'm super glad that I looked back into the back of the book and yeah, I'm not sure. Will I jump into that right away or try a couple of the quests? But so far, all in all, I think the documentation looks pretty good. Looks like it is pretty well written. Let's see what else we have in this giant box here. We do have some envelopes here, and these are the envelopes for the various campaign unlocks, the kind of like legacy stuff. So let's see how many we have here. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. Now, hopefully the standalone games, the one-off games, hopefully they can use all of this stuff. And if they can, there's a very good chance that I'm just going to open all of this stuff without ever playing the campaign and just diving into having access to everything. I hope that's the case. Okay, here we have a box with all of our cards. That's a nice box, a nice way to hold all of your cards. We have my least favorite components of all time, game trays. Just all of this plastic. And the rest of the game is filled with, the rest of the box, I should say, is filled with plastic. Okay, so kind of a crazy box. I had to take everything out to get it to everything. So here we have our character sheets here, our character boards. So these are pretty nice. They are double layer, so you can keep, looks like you're like, I don't know, maybe your dice there, maybe they go there, or some kind of level upgrade. We have our characters here. We have Rowan the Druid. You are Rowan, Druidic Consultant and General Nature Booster. You consider human you consider human form. You consider human form to be only one of a what? You consider the human form, maybe? You consider the human form to be only one of a variety of useful options and engage your foes with all manner of animal armaments. All right. I'm not quite sure how I like the art on that guy or that, yeah, I'm not sure. Dreadgar the Necromancer. That guy looks cool. I like him a lot. You are Dreadgar White. As flesh collector, you were tasked with entering the minds of the newly deceased, and through a tedious eternity of negotiation condensed into the blink of an eye, recruiting them into the undead ranks of the Confederacy of Bones. You now seek a more meaningful existence by pledging your uniquely spooky skill set and patented Frankenfriend construct to the Order Without Borders. Here we have Coach, the Artificer. You are Coach. You've found a derelict machine, which you repaired. Hot stuff. Your stellar intellect is now supplemented by a powerful steel exoskeleton. Here we have Isabella, the Elementalist. You are Isabella, a former ranch hand. You may have won the Order's annual essay competition, but you're pretty sure their invitation to join up was because of your ability to summon an awesome entourage of elemental bulls from the astral plane. And here we have William, the warlock. Lately, you've called yourself William. You vaguely remember being part of a wizard high society, but at some point you fell hard and found yourself at the bottom of a well with a foggy memory. And we have Sir Thaddy Croaks, the burglar. And you are Sir Thaddy Croaks, or are you? Either way, you are a master burglar who has made a commitment. No more larceny, unless it's larceny in the name of justice, or stealing your heart, like those lovable Order scamps have done to you. And a co-op build a boss board. Oh, that's kind of cool. Build a boss. Co-op mode. All right. So I have a feeling, I wonder if, hopefully, I don't know, Dreadgar hopefully is a hero that you can actually play. That would be pretty cool. We have our main tray here, and those go into there like that, I would assume. And then that will go into the bottom of the box. We also have some dice here. 3 small red dice and a bunch of different dice. We have some standee holders. Nice. A charge token. Obviously something that you got with the Kickstarter version, I would assume. People like throwing in those metal tokens for some odd reason. Something here, some kind of stand to place something on, probably a boss of some kind. And then here we have all of our minis. So these were, of course, for the deluxe version, and these were upgraded. But we have some enemies there. As far as minis go, these do seem to be pretty well made. It looks like, I think there are some different, this must be part of the build the boss. So you can kind of slot in some of these armaments, these weapons here, to build a boss. So that's kind of cool. That is a very deluxe there. I'm sure people will really like to paint these because they do look really nice. They are sturdy. Looks like they're all like one piece, or the seam lines aren't very noticeable. So that is pretty cool. What do we have here? Some kind of lizard dude. That guy looks pretty cool. Some kind of tornado guy. And then these are probably, there looks like that necromancer hero. Some of those elemental bulls there. Some kind of monster there. This must be your pizza guy. Pizza delivery man there. Now these are pretty well made. It looks like my camera wasn't focused on those minis. Sorry about that. There's the pizza guy. Here is the necromancer dude. And some kind of, that must be the artificer there. All right, I'm going to put this tray down. And now we have the chip boards here, the punch boards. Some of them came apart. Looks like these are card dividers here. So you can keep track of your quest pool, your chump minions, your sidekicks, aids, and stashes. Full-size sideboard cards, elite minions. What do we have here? We have the hero talent cards. Treasure cards. So these are our dividers. We have dividers for large cards and dividers for small cards, it looks like. These just all kind of fell out there, fell out of the punch board, so that's fine. An event archive. There are a whole bunch of different event cards that have choose your own adventure elements, and that is one of the things that attracted me to the game. Hopefully those can be played in the standard, in the standalone one-off mode. I'm hoping that those aren't just for the campaign mode. And then we have a bunch of, it looks like mini card dividers here. So we have our divider for our melee feat cards, our mini sideboard cards, green wild spells, your ranged feat cards, your treasure cards, your red mortality spells, and your black artifice spells. That's cool. A couple different schools of magic there. And then let's see, what else do we have here? Our hero talent cards. I saw that. And it looks like these are our standees here. So let's see here. We do have the Approach of Doom and the Final Battle, some kind of placard there with some information. Looks like we have a bunch of gold, our cardboard charge token, charge and hold. And then these would be all of our hero standees. So these were replaced by minis in the deluxe version. I do really like the bright colors. I enjoy games with bright colors. Games with kind of dull colors, they do get a little tiring. I know the board game world kind of never fell into that trap that the video game world did, with where everything was brown for a long time. The tabletop world seems to have stuck with brighter colors for longer, and I'm really appreciative of that. And then we have a bunch of gold, some things to keep track of your gold there. This puzzle element is going to make up the confines of your board, because you have these cards that will be the dungeon. And so this will be the border of your table there. And of course, you could replace this with a neoprene mat if you are one of those neoprene mat fans, which I know most of you are. I know I am definitely in the minority of the neoprene mat craze. We've got all of our borders there. And then here are some of our, so more borders there, more tokens to keep track of. And then the rest of these, it looks like most of these are the dungeon tiles. And man, there's a whole bunch of cool dungeon tiles, and they're kind of big and chunky. These are neat. Very, very cool. They are, let's see, Jailer's Dojo. Jailer's Dojo doesn't look like they're U2 front, U2 back, one hero. So, okay, so they are different. They have different entrance sides. So this one, you go from the bottom up, from south to north. And this one, it looks like you go from something like west to east or something like that. We have a dread end and a dread end. Another dojo. Yeah, no, the Jailer's Dojo, yeah. We have more dread ends. Here we have some corner pieces here. I do really like the art on these tiles is really nice. Really good use of color there. Let's see if there are any kind of more special tiles. Well, these hop out very easily, which is nice. It kind of has a, I don't know what this called, like wood punk or something. This dungeon is made out of wood, but it does still have some technology associated with it. So I kind of like the theming of this. It's kind of cool, a little different there. Yeah, these things just fall right out. That's really nice. So there's not an issue with them getting torn there. So there's our base camp. Once during their turns, a hero in this region may spend something to heal as long as no enemies occupy this space. And then we also have our battered base camp. Looks like our base camp can get destroyed. All right, so there's a bunch of tiles there. Bunch of things that you can keep track of. It looks like on your character sheets there. Some of those are red and white tokens there. Some star tokens. So quite a bit of things to punch out. Hopefully there probably is a place for everything within those game trays. Hopefully they've used the game trays wisely. That's the worst thing, is when you get the game trays and like things still don't fit. What are these? Oh no, sleeves. Okay, well, those will not be used. And here we have our cards here. We have our mini cards, our large cards, and more mini cards. So let's see what are these all just sleeves? It looks like it. Yes, these are all just sleeves. Obviously, upgrades for the deluxe version. I would think about giving these away to somebody who didn't get the deluxe version, but obviously everybody now has the deluxe version. I mean, man, these are expensive sleeves. Jeez. Hopefully you don't need these for anything. They are. I mean, look at this cutout and everything. Wow. Jeez. Um, yeah, I don't know. People, you could probably make more money on your games if they weren't so elaborate. And I don't know if there's just not other people like me who don't need the elaborate things. I don't know. I don't know. Here we have our small cards and our large cards. This is a really nice cardboard tray, though. I like this a lot. It looks like it has space for everything, and our dividers will fit in there nicely. Our small card dividers will fit in there nicely. This is awesome. I love this. I love that it's cardboard and it seems useful. So let's take a look at some of our small cards here. What do we have? We've got some, looks like some treasure. Kind of spells probably there. Random unlocks. Should probably be reading about what these are. This seems like a game where you want to kind of keep things in a certain order. I'm not sure. Let's take a look at some of these treasure things here. Parry gauntlets, cursed helm, a lucky sweater, a coat of arms, a battle buckler, a chonky helm, floopy shrooms, a sun shard pendant, a body double in a casket, a tiny man allies, that's cool, a labyrinth key, golem map, naughty secrets, a rusty sandwich, Tommy's gun, a fickle sickle, the tiny man's lance, and the tree of Yod. Okay, sounds like this game has some fun and creative items to find there. So yeah, so all of these mini cards will go in these slots here. Let's open up one more. Let's see here. We have mini sideboard and mini starters. Let's look at the mini starter cards. So these are probably some kind of like skills or abilities or something that you can equip on your heroes, I would imagine. Mini starters. Do not shuffle. Okay, so we are told to or not to shuffle certain cards. So these don't get shuffled. So these are your mini starter cards. This is a numerically ordered deck containing all the cards you need to play your first game. We recommend opening the campaign book right away and using the cards in this deck to play the tutorial. Okay, so this is your tutorial deck here. Nice. And it looks like this too here. This is a numerically ordered deck containing secret cards heroes can unlock in the campaign. When heroes discover a card with this icon, such as 311, find it in this deck, then put the deck away without shuffling. Okay, so this is your kind of your legacy deck there. So let's see what kind of items we might start the game with. Death gauntlets, sacks of cash, book of life hacks, Bruno the horse, battle pick, a primal band, a gnarled staff, a wand of firebolt, the tempest's edge, and the weighted javelins. And let's take a look here to see. It looks like maybe these are some spells here. Bear form, so that's probably our druid. Elemental sparks. Elemental spark, lots of elemental sparks. A feral swipe. Earthen armor. The lion's roar. Owl form. Cheetah form. Very cool. All right, so druids. Druids are a class that aren't used very often, so it's nice to see a druid represented here. Beating Heart, Mortal Coil, Annihilation, Life Cycle. These look like damaging spells here. Revitalizing Reigns, Skeletal Hoedown, Tasty Lead Coins, Enfeeblement, Fate Weaver, Twist of Fate, and let's see, what is this? Ghost Walk Potion. All right, so those are the starting cards there. So these do not get shuffled. We will just put those back in there. This is an obtuse omnibus. What are these? Probably some kind of promo cards or something in there. I guess I'll keep those secret. I don't know. I don't want to give away too many spoiler things. So those will be our mini card organizers, our large card organizers. let's take a look at some of these large cards here. So do not shuffle. So this is your starter deck for your full-size cards. So let's take a look at these here. Sniffing the Trail. Here we have some minions. It looks like a Cuddle Hound. Tutorial Story A, B, C, and D. So here's our story cards. Looks like there's a lot of text on those. A lot of interesting things to do. Story Tutorial 1, 2, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, tutorial events. There's our event cards. I'm really hoping that the event cards can be kind of shuffled into a random event deck for the one-off modes. Hero Loot Stash. We have our Hero Round cards. Game term cards. That's really cool. Looks like it has a lot of really useful player aids, which is very nice. So those are all of our starting large cards there. Okay, then what else do we have here? I'm just going to throw those in the back there. We have another deck that says not to shuffle. Full-size sideboard. Do not ever shuffle. This is a numerically ordered deck containing secret cards the heroes unlock during the campaign. So these are kind of your legacy cards there. Looks like we have some more minions. Lots of minions here. Minions, story cards, some charge cards. Looks like some abilities. Stone Slam, Mighty Heave, concluding event. So these are probably, I don't know if these are supposed to be in a certain order. I'm going to keep them in the order that they are in just in case. And I probably won't open up the rest here. And this also says do not ever shuffle. These did not have that warning on there, so not sure. But this looks like one of those games where you are going to have to spend quite a bit of time just at the beginning getting everything sorted. Hopefully it comes with good instructions on how to sort everything and how you should keep your cards in this box. Hopefully better instructions than something like this Skyrim game. And now that's pretty much the unboxing there. Let me unpack one of these envelopes on camera just so we can get, if somebody wants to see an example of what is inside one of these envelopes. Let's see what the first one is here. Hopefully it'll tell you kind of what's the first thing here in the campaign. Let's see here. Introduction, approach, Act 1, conclusion, cleaning up, Act 2. Where does it tell you when to open the envelopes? I just wanted to see unlock envelope. Okay, there we go. So Act 2, discover the full-size cards for Act 2. I'm going to find this first envelope here that I saw in the book, and that was unlock envelope with the fist on it to find within. Okay, so let's see. Let's see what is included in that envelope. Again, I'm really hoping that all of the things in these envelopes can be used in the normal standalone game. So I can just combine everything to have a good, full experience without needing to go through the campaign. Keep this envelope after opening, as you can later use it to reset your campaign. All right, let's open this up here. What do we get? So we get a new tile, and it looks like a villain. And this is cool. This is a special tile, an unstable corridor. That's cool. We get a villain standee there. Keep this frame, return it to the envelope. So this is a really handy here because not only do you get to keep the envelope, and the envelopes seem like they're pretty well made, but the punch board has the icon of the envelope on it. So after you're done playing with this villain, you can put the villain back in the punch board and then put it in the proper envelope for resetting. That is very handy. That is very thoughtful. If a game is going to include this kind of legacy thing, I appreciate it when it is done in a thoughtful way. So, all right, you guys. Well, I hope you enjoyed this unboxing of the deluxe version of Valor and Villainy, Lludwig's Labyrinth. And I'm looking forward to playing this game, to diving in. Hopefully the humor is fun. I'm hoping it maintains that kind of like a lighthearted adventures throughout, and I'm hoping that the campaign is snappy and quick and doesn't fall prey to a grind. And I'm hoping that once you unlock things, that you can just use those things in your standalone games. And we will talk to you later, guys. Take it easy. Bye bye.